Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome, thank you so much for joining me. This morning I was relaxing with my second cup of coffee and just a lamp on and looking in this bin, and I came up with an idea for what I want to do this month, and then I was rudely interrupted by a merry-go-round of cat barfing and had to have a pause to deal with that. She's fine. She just has a luscious thick coat. But what I was thinking was these are, I don't know. I mean, I'm 99.9% sure they're basic gray. I'm not sure how they came into my life. Interesting color palette for me, right? And then look at the back. The back, they're actual cut-aparts or journaling cards. I'm probably not going to use these in that manner. This one I might use, the Enjoy Today and the Strawberry. So let's set that one aside. I had duplicates of these and don't think I've used them. Like, I might have used the Absolutely Wonderful or the Good Times. But what I was thinking was the back of this, maybe we can make a card out of it. And then we have plenty of scraps. We have some stickers right here. Let's see what size this is. 4. Well, sorry, 2. Okay, it's a little long. But this is what I was thinking. Maybe we keep this ruffle end. Just because, I mean, we don't have those. And you can think about, if you like how this turns out, you could do it with a border punch. If, like me, you were sure you needed those and you don't actually use them. See, kind of cute. Just to play it up a little more, I'm going to nip this corner off. I picked 7. It doesn't matter. I use them all. That's why I like this. This punch is in my store, in my Amazon store, in the description. I haven't looked lately to see how much it is. Sometimes when I go back and look at that stuff, I delete the link because it's so expensive. I'm like, whew, no, don't buy that. I think I paid like somewhere between 7 and 15. I like that. Then these would be for the next ones. We're not going to use those. We should have a bag of scraps. But you know, I recently made those tiny journals, obsessively using up scraps. Oh, we still have plenty. I was just thinking if we had like a strip of something that goes with this, well, we could use that. That's the end. These two don't really go, but I do like that for other stuff. I think these are single-sided. Yes, for the most part, that is true. And I wasn't thinking grungy. I was thinking cutesy pink. I know, weird. But we'll see where it goes. Maybe that. That's okay. Really geometric for me, but you know. That one's a little more grunge. This, I think, is larger scraps, so let's hold out. This is a collection that doesn't look like it has any pink in it. Let's take a piece of this. It's not that great, that size. Let's take 3 strands. Let's see if we can do that. Let's take this one off the end. And this one, I was trying to figure out how to save, you know, like have 2 viable pieces, but I wanted the certain part of the pattern. Now, just to tie it together a little bit, I'm going to use the same rounder on here. There's no rules, right? If you don't like corner rounders, don't use it. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Maybe we should put the pattern over here and then here. We could layer it too, or ink the edges if you like that look. If I layer it, I'd have to cut this down more, and I don't know that I even need to do that or want to. Now, remember that Thinking of You die that, aha, look at that. Can you believe I did that? I know. It's impressive to be so unorganized and still be able to put your hands on things. Didn't even plan it, didn't prep it before the video. I haven't had any trouble, just a quick update, with the dies on the wall. If you didn't see that, that's part of my craft room reorganized series. I put a bunch of dies on the wall and then I was sort of waiting. I don't think Zelda's noticed. She noticed in the beginning and then she got sidetracked. Maybe we could find a bright, like orangish to layer this with. Green is always good too as far as colors. And then thinking of you, something else. Let's look in specialty papers too, because basic gray colors are hard to match. So maybe we have some shimmer or some sparkle. Okay, here's a shimmer paper. It's funny because basic gray is usually so grunge, right? But we're going in a totally different direction. We could use this shimmer paper. I don't really think I feel that one. Too cool. The cork is cool, but I don't like it with the orange. Ooh, that's more violet, which I'm sure I have that too. This one's fun, but it's not really the right green. Still, I don't know, we might try it. Maybe we'll cut a couple while we have it out. Okay, this is pretty wild, but it would work for the letters, I think. I don't know if I've tried that dye with this puffy foam, whatever it's called. That's actually Queen & Company. See, here's a package of self-adhesive foam sheets. Comes in different colors. I don't know why there's craft cardstock in the box. If you never put anything in the wrong place, I don't know what to tell you. Ooh, this shimmer paper is kind of nice too because it's even warmer. I don't know if you can tell that on camera. Okay, maybe they're not that different at all. This package is actually empty. It's just the chipboard. Good thing we saved that. I have plenty of chipboard, don't worry. This. Okay, this is kind of an unusual color, and look at it for that. Oh, we're doing it. Now, I'm trying to think of which layer. I don't know. We'll try it. It would probably be a real pain to do the letters with. If memory serves me, it's not self-adhesive. I think it was one of the companies. The one that Eileen gave me all that great stuff from for a while. Maybe it was Creative Memories. You know, it was one of those. Not like in a retail store kind of one. Let's try this. If you're wondering, is she going to use her fancy die cutter that Santa brought her last year? Nope, she's not. For the record, it's not that I don't like it, but noisy things when you're filming videos aren't great. And honestly, I have barely used it. I mean, I think you probably on camera have seen me use it almost every time I've used it. But Noni is pretty sure she's going to sit me down one day and teach me to absolutely fall in love with it. Okay, well, here's a funny thing. I don't know where the other little die cutter is right now, and I have to get in the shower. So let's do this. Let's take this. We have to sort of cat prevention. Here's what happens. I will shut the door, and then Mr. Crafting and Relaxing will let them in. The girls love to come in here and sleep under the heater. There's another heater, but they like this setup. So we're going to put this right like this, and then go to work. Good morning. It is the next day, and I have the die cutting sort of prepped. I can't get this, I can't get it to stick to this foamy glitter stuff. So I think I'm gonna have to like wrap the tape around the edge or something. I think I should make a video. I mean, I don't know if I will, but I should make a video where the camera is pointed at the counter, because the cats are sometimes hilarious when I'm crafting. It is crazy early. I don't know, maybe 6 o'clock in the morning. So that's another reason not to use an electric die cutter. Mr. Crafting and Relaxing doesn't appreciate that kind of stuff. So I'm just using my Big Shot. And it's on the other counter. Now what I decided was this foam from Queen & Company is sticky. And this is really sturdy and tough. So I used the one that is self-adhesive to be the, oops, we lost our dot when I pulled that off. Okay, there it is. It's right there if I want it. To be the letters. Now, what I'm not sure of is, will they stick to this? This product is pre-COVID? Maybe. Yeah, maybe pre-COVID. And getting things to stick, I feel like there's something, yeah, I might be losing another one of those. Getting something to stick to glitter is sometimes tricky. But maybe what I can do is set it down and then put some glue under it. We can just, you know, tack a couple corners just to make sure it doesn't fall off. Two types of glitter product is not really me, but it's also not me to use pink paper. And some of this stuff, I'm just trying to use it up. I don't know if you saw my video, my shop with me of C Street, but you know, I've got my eye on some new things and I need to clear some of this stuff out. I haven't used this die in a while, so remembering how the curves line up is tricky. And when you use foam, the letters stretch and move. So if you're just learning, foam is a little much for you sometimes. My H is crooked. Let's straighten up this end a little bit. It is forgiving, and that's part of not putting the glue down from the get-go, kind of figuring out how I want to jiggle everything. That's the trick of having a background die, is you have to make it fit in there. I could have just laid down thinking of you on just about anything, but, and a little shuffle there. That seems fine. So sparkly, I'm blinded. Okay, thinking of you. I really like this die. I don't find it to be too fiddly. Sometimes the fonts, if they're too dainty, I just give the die away. Even if it cuts out perfectly nicely, but if I have to fiddle with it and it makes me not have fun, then I get rid of it. And I like that it's 3 parts. That's not too bad for 3 words, you know. If they're all separate, I'm out. Okay, while I fiddle with this, I mean, it is a little fiddly, right? The things I need to tell you, I should make an updates video. It is craft fair season, and I just do one. I've been asked to do more, but I'm kind of, you know, I'm a lot less interested in selling than I am in making, and it cuts into my making time. So I do one craft fair, and I think it's about a month out. I've got it written down on my calendar, so I'm watching that. So I've started thinking about, what do I definitely want to get done before then? Like, you know, pink projects that I don't want to keep long term, UFOs that are sitting around that are really, really girly. I lost it again. Do you see it? I had 2 dots for the eyes. I could use jewels. I've got incoming, by the way. See, if you had another camera, you'd be able to see the crazy things that are going on around me. I thought I pulled it off and stuck it on there, but maybe I had it on the back or something. I can see other bits on the counter, but those aren't round. They aren't from the actual eye. They're from like filling in a letter. See, this is real life crafting. So I have a couple options, right? I think what I'll do is I'll stick this one down, and it's really weird shape, and I can't even figure out where the front is. Okay, there's some glitter. I'll stick this one down, and then I'll see if I can find the other one. And if I can't, I'll just cut another one, because I have more of this fun foamy stuff, and I have the, oh shoot, I don't know if I have any tweezers handy. There's also the component of, you know, dealing with your cat. And I don't have my glasses on. This is just all around. Let's get some glasses on at least. There we go. That way I can make sure I'm gluing it on right side up. So I put a spot of glue, and I'm putting this, something like this where you have the eyes. If you only have one eye, then, you know, do whatever you want. If you have 2, I like them to match. So now that I've committed to that, I probably won't put a jewel on the other eye. Isn't it funny how they want to help? And Eliza has sounds that she loves. Zelda wants to eat things, but Eliza comes to watch what makes the sounds. She's kind of obsessed with nail files. When I get out a nail file and file my nails, she comes running from wherever she is. I tried to file hers. She didn't like that. All right. You see a little dot? You see it, Zelda? You're the real hunter here. Oh, I remember now. Did you guys remember all along? I stuck it right there for me. Okay, so we found it. We put a tiny dot. Be really, really careful with how much glue you're using when you're using synthetic products like this, because glitter paper and fun foam are not going to drink glue. So I can tell you right now, I just got too much. So you need to be like super conservative with your glue, because it's just not going to soak up like it normally would. It will dry, but it won't drink. Whose idea was it to put 2 layers of glittery stuff on top of each other? All right, there we go. What do you think, Zelda? Approved? Yeah. Okay. It's actually kind of cute. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but this paper right here, the reason I chose it is because it has a little bit of this violet color. Right here, let me zoom you in. Well, then you won't get to see the crazy girl, but see how it has that violet? You can go back out. Yeah, maybe I should make a video where it's less about, you wouldn't really be able to see the project. Like, I don't have 2 cameras. I just film with my phone usually on my mount. So if I put my phone on a tripod for you to watch them, you wouldn't really get to see the project. We could do it maybe on a tidy video. They don't get as excited about a tidy though, because I'm taking stuff away. I'm not bringing new stuff. Now this has to go in the garbage right now behind the child lock, because she will eat it. I like to be very careful about how much, especially synthetic stuff that has adhesive on it, is out at once, because she loves tape and glue and things that stick to her and stick to other things while she's playing. See this too. We can't leave that. We're close. We have an idea, but we need something. We need another layer or some contrast or some, oh, didn't we have some flowers? We had some oh, right here. We had some embellishments. Let's see if any of these make it better. Well, that's wild. These were kind of intended, I think, there were paper and fabric and you could layer them up. See, and you can like crinkle them and then they would be flowers. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy, easy, easy. Okay, now we've got 2. Can you see? Yeah, she's coming in. Hi, big girl. You just passing through? Okay, one of you needs to move. Yep. Yeah, here. You don't have to leave, but you can't stand on my project. Okay. So this is probably a lot, but what we could try, you know, it just makes it more fun. It was really flat before, wasn't it? Just boring. It's a little bit wavy because I have all the stuff under it, so I'd probably put a scrap under the G and the U over here to set it up. I'm trying to figure out if I want it like this. No, I like it like this. And do the colors perfectly all make sense? No. The only thing is, I don't know exactly if my eye knows where to look. Time flies when you're crafting. My alarm went off and scared the girls away. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do, see this flower? Let's see if maybe we wanna rotate that and use that a little better. If I get it in the right spot, it attracts your eye because it's, has some pretty high contrast compared to the other colors. I'm gonna put it like right there, I think. There's letters and text on here. I'm being silly because the letters and text go different ways, but somehow in my mind it was bothering me because that's really contrasty. I don't like it. Oh, it's garbage day here. So the alarm scared the girls, and now they're trying to figure out what all that racket is outside. I'm not like in love with it. I'm not like, oh my gosh, we placed that and it was so magical. And that's kind of what happens when you're using stuff that's, you know, you've seen it a million times, you've tried it, maybe you don't, oops, I have sticky stuff. Maybe you don't love it. We could, this flower is really, really big with this. That's part of it. Oh, that's kind of nice because it calmed it down a little bit. Well, then I'm not using my paper that has the violet in it. Okay. Yeah. Is it weird? I don't know. What about the fabric one? Do we like that better? More washi tape that shouldn't be sitting out for her. The fabric is super thick. It's going to make it a little bit less easy to layer and look nice. And kind of switch it from a greeting card to a more junky card, which, I mean, it doesn't matter, but some people. So far, I think that's my favorite. Oh, maybe like that. I wonder if you can see it well. What do you think? Zoom in. There you go. Oh, you cannot see the text at all, can you? It's a glittering nightmare on camera. I think I might like that. You've got some of the violet on each side. You've got pink playing up. You've got green working in. That might be it. Let's glue it. Because it's weird for it to take 3 days for me to make a card. And oops, this is day 2. So for years, I have taken stuff like this and just, you know, stuck it to the counter so it doesn't get in the way. It doesn't stick to me. I just have to be super careful about cleaning it up because she will come back. Right now, they've probably both migrated to the other end of the house because it's almost time for food. And food is not in the craft room. I can't figure out, oh, the pattern isn't straight on the paper. So I was trying to align it with the pattern, but that's not the right thing to do. So usually as it gets close to time to get ready for work and do things, they migrate to the other end. Because they're done with me. I don't know exactly how it was. If you are making cards and you're trying to get it just right and you're learning and you care where things go, take a picture of it on your phone when you lay it all out like that. Or be more careful when you take it apart too. I film with my phone, so I could use an iPad or something, but I just don't care that much. What did we decide? Was it like this or was it like this to bring them together? No, I kind of like it like that. I don't know design rules or concepts or why I like it like that. And I'm not really into having things be really symmetrical. Now, I didn't put glue on the very ends because depending on how it lays, I might want to tuck a scrap in there. I may or may not want to put glue under there, but I didn't want it to go bow down. Does that make sense? Now, normally I would put something really heavy on this to weigh it down, but because we have the foam on it, I don't want to squish the heck out of my foam, right? So I'll probably just put something light on it, like I'm looking around to see what I have. Maybe if I have a tiny journal handy, or we'll see. But I'm not going to put like a die cutter on top of it, which I very often do. Don't glue your cards together upside down, but eventually you will. This is a wild card. It's especially wild. Basic Gray had a lot of wild papers, but they weren't usually, there's usually more grunge. In my Basic Gray projects, there's usually more grunge. So this is like wild and cute. The other thing we could do is add some jewels, maybe of a little color like that. Maybe I have a violet blue, or maybe some flowers over here that are white to kind of tone it down and tie it in. Maybe if I post a picture on Instagram, it'll be slightly different. But I think that is it for bringing back basic gray this month. Be sure and check the description box and follow the links to Beth and Kathy to see what they made. You never know what we're gonna make because it sort of depends on when we dig through our stash, what we're finding, and what we come up with. And if you like these kind of strange flowers, you can make them out of any paper you have with a pair of scissors. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're taking time for crafting and relaxing. Bye-bye. I totally forgot about the stickers. The stickers were under the bins to protect them from the girls. But I feel like I just already have so much going on. I don't see me putting stickers on these. I could put a sticker on the inside though. Let's do that. Let's put like this. And when you go to do a sticker like this, like a border sticker, especially if it has parts in the middle, push those down, leave them on the backing. Don't bring that out into your life. It's sticking to everything and getting messed up. There's one right there. And then lay this. My stupid alarm went off, scared the heck out of me again. So normally it works a little better if you haven't already peeled it off like 5 years ago and damaged it. This end's stuck and torn. But you can, if it's still 12 inches, you can lay the card underneath it. Now I've got stuff under my fingernails, stickers, and straighten it out on there. So what I'm gonna do is, this has a lot of lint and stuff. I'm gonna tack this down and I'm gonna hold it. I do have enough to do the full length. So we'll just see how this is gonna work. If I'm gonna get it remotely straight. It's also a curved sticker a little bit. Okay, there's one of those little, so I'm gonna tack it down. Gonna trim it a little just because it's really curved and fighting me. In fact, I'm not gonna keep that last piece because that last piece is bent up and not sticky. And I think it'll be just fine like that. And then I'm gonna put some glue on the ends because if I don't have any glue and the sticker's this old, it just might not lay down the way I want. Plus I still have this end that's a little damaged. So just a tiny bit of glue, pat it down. I didn't put enough, hopefully, to squish it out. Then I'm gonna rub across the center. And then, yeah, that's why I thought that this end, it wasn't stuck down either. These are really old, right? They've been moved in and out of the bins. They got dented up. I got a little bit of glue right there in the middle, so I'm gonna use my fingernail to get that out. And then there we go. So the ends are tacked down, and then take something and rub it down. Just be careful you don't catch it on anything. And then you're set. And if you glued something in a card, don't rush to shut it because if you had any excess glue at all, you're gonna glue your card stuck a little and then it'll tear it. Okay, then we have a cute little surprise on the inside too. Bye-bye.